Hey guys, Jeff at Hubie's Garage, and yeah, it's gonna be a busy day today, so thought I would take you along. Going into the garage, and let's get everything opened up, get the lights on, and get the garage door open. Another beautiful day. Yeah. Anyway, got my cup of coffee, and just wanted to go over a typical day for me. It's going to be a busy one today. Unfortunately, we're not going to be working on the Bel Air. This is some prime time to be working on the Bel Air, but you know, it's life gets in the way, and there's other things going on, and see if we can set the camera up here. And this is one of the items that I got to deal with right now. I got to dodge the street sweeper. So yeah, it's already starting out early. Luckily I got the keys to the Duramax. What I got to deal with weekly. So we'll do a cold start on the Duramax and avoid the $58 ticket. Okay, these Duramaxes, you got to wait for the glow plugs to heat up. So there, the light went off. Let's see how the batteries sound. Not horrible. Whoa, shoot. Okay, this is what happens with your fuel system. I have a leaky O-ring on my fuel head pickup. So what that entails is going down there and manually pumping this. And I've got a cat fuel filter in the Duramax. So, all right, got some resistance on the hand pump. And here comes my neighbor moving his van. All right, let's try this again. All right, there we go. So, street sweeper's behind us. Not sure if you can see the. We'll drive down to the end of the street here, or I should say drive around the block. Let's see. Oh man, 237,000 miles on this beast. All right. Let's see if any of my neighbors have any of their cars out. No. Got a guy here that's got a 56 Chevy 210 two-door or Bel Air sedan in this house, and a guy here that's got a Mustang, and then his 37 Ford. I don't know where that's at. And then this guy has a blown 41 Willys coupe. And then one of these houses here, there's a guy that's got a garage. It's got a twin turbo Mustang somewhere. Anyway, yeah, cool neighborhood, lots of hot rods. Kind of putting the camera down because I don't want to show street signs. But yeah, here's our street sweeper. So I've just caught him coming back down the street, and then my buddies Raymond and Jerry, they are busy shuttling cars all day long. So yeah, they've got a lot of Tri-5s, got some Nomads, 55 Chevy pickup truck, square body truck that's for sale. The silver square body's for sale. And then I think they got a 59 that they put a short bed, late model OBS bed on. So it's actually quite a few less cars here today. I think Jerry probably has some at his house. So, all right, we'll follow the street sweeper back. I know my buddy here has a really sweet CUDA, and then we've also got an El Camino. So yeah, today is a busy day. Got a lot of stuff going on. I've got a doctor's appointment that I got to go to downtown LA. I got to get my daughter to school, and I'm going to do a brake job on the Denali. So as soon as I get the truck parked here and street sweepers pass by, we're going to flip the Denali around and we're going to throw back brakes on it, because I just don't want to drive that thing to LA. It's been on the indicators. The rear brake pads have been on the indicators for quite some time now, and I don't want to drive to LA and have to worry about that. So, all right, let's get the keys and move the Denali. All right. See, the 55 is waiting for me to get to work on it. All right, so I got the keys, and we'll go ahead and flip this thing around. Got the doctor's appointment at 1 o'clock, and want to try to get this done beforehand. All right, yep. Let's do a cold start on the Denali. This one's, let's see if you could hear something here, because there's something that I always have to listen for on this thing. This is what I do not like about the LS platforms. The oil pickup's way at the back of the block. It's got a long tube, and it's like trying to fill the straw. You got a long way to go to fill up that tube, and then the tube has to go all the way around to the front to the oil or the oil pump that's actually up in the timing chain valley on a standard small block Chevy, or on an early small block Chevy. So it takes a long time for the oil pressure to come up on these, and you can hear, at least this one has a noisy lifter, so I have to wait for it to warm up before I move it. But you know, it does have a good exhaust sound. So all right, let's flip it around. Seems like with this Denali, it's been a nice rig. It was my wife's car, but with this one, this is a 2008 Yukon Denali, by the way. It's an XL, and it is one of 2 years, I believe, that GMC did an all-wheel drive, and for some reason we keep breaking motor mounts in it, and it seems like every single time I get something fixed on this car, 2 or 3 more things break. So probably going to sell it at some point, because I don't need to have a full-size Denali truck and a full-size Yukon Denali, which is basically a Suburban. All right, let's get some tools, get a floor jack. So what we're going to do is we're going to try to do the fastest rear brake job that we can. Part of the parts that I ordered from Summit and Rock Auto were the actual brake pads. I know I've not done brake pads on this Denali before, but I did do them on our 03 Suburban, and it's pretty similar. So, okay, so some deep sockets. Screwdriver for the hubcap. Just get that. And I can't remember which. Cannot remember which deep socket it is for the lugs, but we'll do that. And then I want to say I need the extension, the 1/2-inch extension. So there's that. And I will need, well, it sounds like the street sweeper's coming by again, but I know he's not. He's on the next street. So, and then let's see, we'll do a short 3/8 extension and dive into the metric bin. I think the metric bin, I'll just go ahead and bring the whole rack. So, all right. Let's get at it. All right, so I got all the tools out next to the Suburban, and one of the other things I got going on is, okay, I know that I'm going to be going to LA today. I got a doctor's appointment. I got to be there at 1 o'clock, and I do not look forward to going to downtown Los Angeles, but it is what it is. So, one of the things that I like to do is I like to think about places that I'm driving, that I've got a long way to drive, and I've kind of got a mental note of parts on Marketplace, OfferUp, whatever, that are out in that direction. And if I'm going that direction, then I'll try to make contact with the seller, see if they still have the parts. Now this guy's got a bunch of old Impala parts, and probably wondering why I'm interested in buying Impala parts, but the reason is these items right here. I don't need A-arms, I don't need drums, but what holds the backing plate and the assemblies on are these right here. I need hubs. These hubs for a Tri-5, the 61 through 68 Impala hubs have the later roller bearings. I want to get rid of ball bearings, and this guy's got an extra pair. He wanted 50 for the pair. I said 45 cash today. He said okay, and where I'm going for the doctor's appointment today, I will go see him and make the purchase. It would be nice. He did offer me the whole entire A-arm backing plate brake wheel assemblies for $175, but I just don't have a use for all those other parts just to get the hubs off. So we'll see what he says about this. I know he's had these parts for a while, but again, I'm just going to go ahead and work on trying to get these hubs. I'll probably get out of the doctor's appointment about 3 o'clock, and he states that he will be home at 5. So that's a little bit of a long time to kind of hang around hovering, waiting for him to get home. So hopefully he'll get home a little sooner. We'll see what's going on. We'll see how it all works out. But this is what I try to do when I'm going somewhere far. If there's Marketplace items that are in that area, I'll try to make contact and try to pick up those items while I'm in that area. So we'll see how it goes. All right, get the thing up in the air. Got the kids, borrowing the kids' new floor jack, and just so happen to have his jack stands. Let's see, before we do this, we'll pop the caps off, bust the lug nuts loose before I take the tires, get the tires up in the air. All right, so it's 9:25, and we'll go ahead and get started and see how long this takes. I can see that one's very low too, very low. I got my money's worth out of these. This is a lot further than I wanted to go. All right, good to go. 10:13. Not too bad. Brake job in under an hour. 45 minutes if you subtract the time running back and forth to the garage. All right, let's go check the reservoir. Yep, came right back up to maximum. And we'll go ahead and shut the hood. This is a 6.2, by the way. All right. Go for a little test drive and seat the pads. Another thing I gotta fix, the mirror. It's been a pretty good car. We bought this car, it had 31,000 miles on it when we bought it. My wife was thrilled to have it. We had totaled our 2003 Chevy Suburban. We had an LT. It was the same setup, maroon paint, tan leather interior, and yeah, we were in Montana, and we got we had a kid on a highway make a left turn in front of us, and my wife was driving. She did an amazing job, but the Suburban was totaled. We got some bumps and bruises. A couple of us ended up in the hospital for a checkout, but this is what we ended up getting as a replacement. We basically went up from the Chevy to the GMC Denali. So okay, all right, so we're just making sure we get fluid and get those pistons out into their new position. All right, we'll go for a drive. All right, this is always part of the fun part about seat and brakes. Looks like Raymond's working on something. See if he's got one of the Nomads in the garage. Yep, the 57 Nomad. And then the 56, oh, it's at Jerry's house. Oh well. All right, out for a test drive, and I just realized that I've got about 10 to 15 minutes to get my kid ready to go to school. Actually have her grandmother coming over today to pick her up and take her to school because I'm going to be in Los Angeles. So, all right. It's a little more brake check. Yep. Brakes feel real good. Co-worker buddy up here, he was the guy who actually bought the Nova for Austin. He's got a 59 Ranchero under that car cover, and then somewhere, he must have it with him today, but he's got a 71 Chevelle convertible with a big block. All right, I think it's safe to say our brakes are good, so let's get home and wake the other kid up. And just in time for a low fuel warning. But at least we got brakes. All right, pick up the tools. All right, got the tools, and it's part of my deal where I'm picking up tools after each project. Everything gets put away. I actually, believe it or not, I had a couple of tools that I was looking for on this that I could not find. So much for that plan. But I'll find them. I was trying to find my smaller C-clamp. Would have been a lot nicer to have used that one. But you know, it is what it is. Kid's probably got it underneath his car or something like that, so, but you know how tools go. When you need them, and hopefully they're in their right place. Okay. Sorry if this is all jumbled around, but this, again, is a typical day at Hubie's garage. So, it can get pretty busy. All right, now this is where my other clamp was supposed to go. I actually have a clamp box, and for whatever reason my C-clamp I wanted was not in there. So, oh, coffee, forgot about my coffee. Yeah. Oh, better go wake up my daughter. So for today, we got the rear brakes done on the Denali, so we'll go ahead and erase that, and then I'm gonna have to look into getting the motor for the side mirror and do that next, and then that'll be done. So at least the daily will be updated, and I think we'll go get some gas now for the Denali. And here's my buddy's house. See what they're up to today. Yep, working on the Nomad. Alright, so we got a low fuel alert, so we're going to go ahead and head over to Costco and get some gas. Want to have a full tank before we go to Los Angeles, and I don't put, although all California gas is expensive, I don't put California gas or the normal gas station, because here's what the prices are now. And we just end up going to Costco and getting gas at Costco because it's about 50 cents a gallon cheaper, if you can believe that. So, all right. So we'll go see how, we'll see what we're going to pay for gas today at Costco. Hopefully the line's not too big. right, this is where we get fuel. This is by far the cheapest place to get fuel. Fuel's not too bad here, so we'll just see how well this goes. All right. Oh, line is not long at all. So yeah, the best time to do this is actually after the store closes. Costco closes like at 8:30. The gas station stays open till 9:30. So it's usually, what I try to do is if I got to go hit Costco and buy some stuff, I'll go usually at about a half hour before they close. I'll go do some shopping, and then I'll go get in line over here, and usually there's no wait. So that works pretty good. It's the best way to avoid the crowds because, you know, it's California. So the fuel prices of the gas station that's nearest my house, that's just around the corner from me, that's what we're looking at. We're looking at $4.79 for the cheap stuff, $4.99 for the medium, and then the 92 octane is $5.19 a gallon. So, $4.79 a gallon local and $4.19 a gallon here. So, nice having the card. You just tap the pump. 5087. And we're off to the races. Yeah. Big price difference from the $4.79 a gallon. Big price difference from the $4.79 a gallon. This is how you drive to Los Angeles. Put on the tunes and check out. Even the dog catcher's on the hook. This is something you don't see every day. An LA County water tender. I used to drive one of those. Well, they definitely routed me through a nice neighborhood. You can see the skyscrapers over there. But yeah, this is Beverlywood. Not exactly what I expected, but definitely routed me through some bad areas too.